What's going on, guys? Welcome. Today is October 24th, and New York session is coming to an end. Inflation data has finally passed. So I'm going to break down some of the trades and some of the moves, both on gold and NASDAQ. I actually haven't been trading gold or taking trades on gold because we haven't been getting data, but we finally got some decent moves, really good price action on gold. But I'll break these down. First, let's start off with the analysis. I'll go back to this briefly. If you didn't see it, I posted my analysis video before New York session opened, and this is basically what I was expecting. So if data came out below expected, which I'll open up the calendar, if you look right here, the data did come out below expected. This little surprise box, you can see the negative 0.1%. That means it came out below expected, and it wasn't mixed, which is great. Everything came out lower. So that's a plus. The second thing, this little analysis cheat sheet here, I was looking for equities to push up, dollar to drop, gold to push up, and then the possibility for gold to drop, which I'll explain that after too. So the initial reaction was gold pushing up after inflation data came out lower. Now the problem or the issue was it was really fast. Like this is 300 pips, almost 300 pips on gold in one candle. And maybe I'll go to the lower time frame here. If I go to the 1 minute, yeah, it was one candle. And honestly, I think it was even less than a minute when it pushed up. When this opened, let's go back to this. When the data came out, and I'm watching it in real time, I'm trading it live, it's recorded and all that stuff, this candle just blasted to the upside. So the direction, well, actually, I wasn't too sure if the direction was going to hold because, like I said before, well, I said in the other analysis video, if you guys watch it, I was expecting gold to drop. So the direction isn't that sure or isn't that positive. Gold has a strong correlation to inflation expectations. And the trade that I actually did take a trade on gold here. I took sells here. I ended up getting break even on it. I really didn't trust it that much. I don't want to be trading gold through inflation data. What I think ended up happening here, number one, this makes complete sense, the spike up because inflation came out lower, dollar dropped, it helped gold push up, easy. Now to get a re-entry though, I still like the idea of these sells. And honestly, I think these sells would have held if we didn't get headlines coming out. If you take a look at when support held here, and then we got this reversal, if you look at the bottom, it says it was at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. So I'll bring up my newsfeed inside Day Trading University real quick. Just close this for a second. So we'll scroll up to 9 o'clock, make this a little bigger. Right at 9 o'clock, when gold flipped and pushed to the upside, we had a headline come out right here. It says there will likely not be inflation release next month. Now, I still think it's kind of a stretch to think that this was the one piece of, like the one news or the one headline that caused gold to take off, but I still believe that gold would have dropped if inflation, with inflation data coming out lower. I still think there would have been a chance for gold to continue lower. But the fact that we got that headline and the reversal at the exact same time, maybe it was a trigger for market fear. It's hard to say. I still think trading gold with inflation data can be very 50-50. It's not just inflation data that's impacting gold. We have geopolitical tensions. The government's still shut down, right? That's why we're not getting data. The government is still shut down. So that's most likely the reason why we ended up getting this push back up, and then it just continued. We ended up getting another pullback to support, and then this push happened right after we got another piece of data. If you look at the time down here, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, we had something come out called University of Michigan sentiment data. It came out lower than expected. Gold pushed up a little bit more. Now, to be fair, I think gold was going to continue regardless. It was just waiting for the data to pass. Michigan sentiment data did come out lower, but the markets really didn't react to the data. Like I've been trading news in fundamentals and data for over 6 years now, and I've been doing it live for 5 years. Every single call is recorded, right? So if you're in Day Trading University, or even if you're not, like the live record, I can scroll here for hours, and you'll see every single live call I've ever done, all of the data, all of that stuff. So I say that to say the markets didn't really react to the data. I think gold was just continuing. What I do like about gold is that after we got this push, the pullbacks and continuations were really clean. We didn't really get fake outs. We didn't really get anything telling us anything different. The only problem was that the markets looked a little mixed because dollar was kind of going all over the place, which honestly is expected. So those are the two trades, maybe three, I guess, that you can see on gold. Coming over to NAS, I actually did take, now that I think about it, I did take another trade here. Well, let's do this. I don't want to have them all up, but I'll break them down one by one. So the first trade, maybe we'll do replay. Nah, we'll just keep it like this. You guys let me know if you like the replay or not. I don't like that you can see everything here because it's like, it makes it obvious what happened, but whatever. So you guys let me know what you like to see. Now, the entry that I took, I'll put this little green and red box, little risk reward thing here. It was somewhere around here. I really didn't like entering this high. It took off. We were at all-time highs. So I went break even pretty quick. I'm not going to have my stop loss down here, right? Because technically, I'd actually want to see a pullback down here to take buys. It just didn't end up happening. So I took an entry here. It went like maybe $300-$400 in profit. I went break even. It came back down. It tapped me at break even and then just kind of consolidated. My entry was actually more probably like up here. So I really didn't like being up that high. I don't care that it took me at break even. I didn't re-enter anything until the stock exchange opened. So what happened is, when the stock exchange opened, which is this candle right here, we had an aggressive drop to the downside right at the open. I'm not looking for sells on NAS. I was hoping that this pullback would come down to here and then I can take buys to take it back up. Now, if we ended up breaking support, maybe I would make the decision, I'll start taking sells. There's a possibility being that it's Friday, we're at all-time highs. Maybe we get a profit-taking move, but obviously you can see that that's just a myth. I don't know why people say that. But if we were to get that continuation to the downside, I would make that decision down here to take sells. Other than that, I'm still taking buys. Now, what happened was we got the drop. Thankfully, having that mentality of not taking sells because we're at all-time highs, I waited and I ended up entering buys somewhere here as it flipped up, and I ended up taking profit here. So it looks a little weird if you put this on here because it's like, I guess it looks all right. But with that wick, like my stop loss wasn't actually that deep. My stop loss was here. And then even this, once it pushed into profit, I'm going break even because we're at all-time highs. We have a ton of volume, and I just don't trust trading at all-time highs. So that was the second trade. Overall, I don't know if maybe I should have showed you this in the beginning. Oh, it's not logged into my live account anymore. I closed the day with like $1,500 in profit, and I have 5 accounts together, so it's $7,000 in profit. But that was the second trade, with the first one being break even. I wasn't really looking to trade anymore, but we ended up getting a lot of volume right here, right down to support, and then I entered again right here. I don't think I took this one all the way up. I closed somewhere around here, but this was my second opportunity here. Really, it was kind of the exact same trade. We had volume, we had the pullback, the fake out if you want to call it, whatever, and then I took the trade going in the right direction, or what I believe is the right direction, but obviously very bullish on NAS. Been doing nothing but taking buys. Only times I've been taking sells have been taking sells with reasons. So the first one here, it is what it is. Trading data can be tough sometimes when it takes off too fast. I'd rather not be in the trade than take something that would give me 500 ticks, 500 points, whatever you want to call it, of drawdown. That's not worth it to me. So I'm happy, waited for this entry. This entry was kind of an extra. I wasn't expecting to take it, and then I did. So that's a quick breakdown for inflation data. My bias is still looking for upside on NAS. Really hasn't changed. Same thing with US 30. I didn't look at US 30. Yeah, look at this. US 30, SP 500, same thing, right? The difference is NAS is at all-time high, so it kind of gets stuck here. US 30 looks like it held a little better. So I hope these breakdowns are helpful for you guys. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys maybe on Sunday. We'll do a weekly prep call, and I'll break down what to expect for the week. Take care.